It was really ugly, but the Cats get a much-needed victory over the South Carolina Gamecocks.
The Big Blue Breakdown, from kickoff to tip-off.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Big Blue Breakdown, where we cover Kentucky football and basketball. I'm Jackson Thurman, and I appreciate you guys listening to episode 131 here on the podcast, guys. If you guys enjoy the show, help us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts by liking and subbing, and then go check us out on social media. You're missing a lot of content if you don't do that. The @ is BigBlue_Bdown on TikTok, X, and Instagram. So obviously, in today's show, we're going to be talking about Kentucky's must-needed win over South Carolina, and they get it done, led by Denzel Aberdeen. He ends up going off in this game for 19. And then from this game, what's next? From this game, what is next? We're talking a little bit about bracketology and a little bit about these next three games and how massive they are, and also hit on the SEC tournament a little bit. But before we jump into today's episode, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, W Energy. If you were looking for a clean energy with no sugar and no crash, W is the way to go. Helps me stay locked in for these game days, late nights, and all these breakdowns. If you want to try it out, make sure to use my code BIGBLUE10 at checkout for 10% off. That is BIGBLUE10. If you guys are in here right now, I really, really appreciate it, guys. Comment what you guys thought about the game, what you guys think about this team moving forward, and what you want to see from them, or your projections for this team really moving forward. So the Cats get it done over the Gamecocks. They get it done over the Gamecocks 72-63 by 9 in a ugly, ugly game. Let's be completely honest. This game was super ugly, basically from start to finish. I mean, there were so many times and so many points in this game where Kentucky just had super, super easy buckets around the rim that they either missed. You've seen the Otega-Oweh missed dunk at the end. Brandon Garrison had one. Trent Noah is missing just wide open threes. But they were good enough to pull one out at South Carolina. Now, South Carolina is not very good, guys. They now drop to 3-12 in SEC play. 12-16 overall. The Cats improved to 18-10, 9-6 in SEC play. They were led by Aberdeen tonight. Man, has he been so good. Really, this year, he has improved so much, and he is going to be a key piece for the Cats moving forward. With tonight, he ended up with 19 points, 6 of 12 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He hit 3 threes in a row in the first half, and the Cats went on a really, really nice run. I can't remember the exact number. A really, really nice run to end the first half. He had a really good game tonight. 19 points, followed with 4 rebounds, 5 assists on 37 minutes of play. I think that is the most important part for this team moving forward. Jasper Johnson hasn't been good, guys. Jasper Johnson hasn't been good. Trent Noah is okay. He's been okay. But for a guy that has to be a knockdown shooter, he has to be able to do that. He hasn't been able to knock down really anything as of recently. Being completely honest with you guys. He hasn't been able to knock down really anything as of recent. And that has hurt him because he now has to play this role of being, a defensive player and stuff. And that's good, and he's been able to get some rebounds and such. But man, would he help this team out so much more if he was able to knock down a couple of these threes? Sorry, I'm looking out my glasses really weird, making sure the lighting is fine. I guess it's fine. But anyways, Cats end up winning by 9 against a bad team at South Carolina, but they were able to put off on the road. That's not nothing in the SEC. They were able to pull off a nice win in the SEC on the road. Colin Chandler comes up big at the end for the Cats, hitting another dagger 3 for the Cats, where he was basically standing next to Mark Pope when he shot this ball, and just another dagger for Colin Chandler. Let's see what he had. He ended up having a pretty solid game, I believe another one. He had 10 points on 35 minutes of play, 4 of 6 from the field, 2 of 4 from three-point land. 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Otega did not have a great night tonight. He now misses out on his double digits like the first time in 30 some games. Not great to see that, but the Cats ended up getting the win. So what does that matter? Andrea Jelovic actually plays very, very good, especially in that first half. Only 17 minutes from him, but 11 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 1 of 6 from 3-point land, 3 rebounds. But he does add in those 3 turnovers. So you got some solid production from him right there. Mo Diabate came in, was really, really good. 12 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3-point land, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds. Played very, very solid. So, I mean, they were able to beat a bad team. Let's just be completely honest. They were able to take care of a not-so-great South Carolina team and a team that was going to give you fits because they are desperate, just like Auburn was. They're going to give you fits, but they were able to fight through, get stops when they need them to, hit shots when they need them to, and ultimately came out of a place that they needed to get a win with a win. Now, that being said, what does this team have to do moving forward? What does this team have to do moving forward? But before we continue on tonight's episode of the Big Blue Breakdown, appreciate you listening to this right now. I want to shout out Bluegrass Elite, your go-to brand for Kentucky apparel. If you want high-quality gear that really represents Big Blue Nation, whether it's for game day, campus, or everyday wear, Bluegrass Elite has you covered. Make sure to check them out and use my code Big Blue 10, Big Blue 5, BBB 15. Excuse me, not Big Blue 10, not Big Blue 15, BBB 15 for 15% off. And check out that is BBB 15 for 15% off at checkout. So now, let's talk about what is next for the Cats. They have a absolute huge 3-game stretch coming up. Huge. Where they get Vanderbilt at home this weekend. Huge game. I believe that game is like at 2 o'clock. Huge game right there. Vandy. Then on the road at Texas A&M. Going to be a very, very tough matchup there. And then at home against the Florida Gators. I think Kentucky has to find a way to go 2-1 in these games. 2-1. Because right now you're projected in that 7-9 range. I think 8 is the most popular pick of the projected seeds. 7-9 is the range right there. I think you can realistically, if you go 2-1, get yourself into a 6 seed talk. A 6 seed talk. And if you set yourself up good enough in SEC play going into the SEC tournament, you could see yourself getting a double bye still. I think the Cats actually with this win somehow jumped up pretty high. Well, I don't say pretty high, but okay in the SEC standings. I don't know if that's true. I actually want to go see here and tell you guys as we sit here. Maybe. Okay. Obviously, Florida 1. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Florida 1, Alabama 2, Arkansas. We sit at 9-6. 4, 5. Okay, we still be in 9th. We actually still be 9th in the conference. So if you end up getting the win actually against Vanderbilt, you become 10-6 in SEC play. And I want to see what Vanderbilt does, unless they have already played. I don't know if they've played today. They play Georgia tomorrow. You would be 10-6. Let's just say they get the win. They'd be 9-6. Would they still have the advantage over you because Missouri is above you? Or maybe we're a tie technically at this spot here. Well, yeah. I don't know. This is going to be tough. This is why Kentucky has to win, I think, 2 of these last 3 games here. Because if they're able to take down Florida, obviously that'd be huge. Texas A&M is above them as of right now. You put yourself into a better position and a better position for the SEC tournament, which in turn gives you better opportunities to win games. and up your seed line. 6 seed is, I think, the highest that Kentucky would end up getting this year. Simply, I think that would be the absolute highest that the Cats would possibly reach. Possibly. But the Cats end up getting a much-needed victory over the South Carolina Gamecocks, and they're not great, but it was a win. It was a win. Aberdeen definitely leads the charge with 19 tonight. The Cats have to, at least in my opinion, find a way to go 2-1 these last 3 games. The biggest ones are going to be 2 at home. You set yourself up, SEC tournament-wise. Then we can talk maybe about a 6 seed. I think that's the top that they can go. They've put themselves in a position, man. Let's just say, if they beat Georgia and they beat Auburn, I mean, my gosh, you're what, 12 and something in SEC play? No, you'd be 11. You'd be 11-4 in SEC play, one of the top teams in the SEC. 11-4 in SEC play. And you'd be 20-8. Just imagine that difference right there. That's just crazy to think about. But I appreciate you guys tuning into this late live tonight. Just want to quickly break down this Kentucky versus South Carolina games and the implications of these last 3 games moving forward for the Cats. I appreciate you guys listening to this one, and I'll catch you guys soon to break down a huge, absolutely huge game for the Cats that in my opinion, they must win if they want to do some damage in the tournament based off their seed. I appreciate you guys listening to tonight's episode of the Big Blue Breakdown. I will catch you guys soon, and as always, go Cats.